Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping right into a term you've probably heard a million times, AI alignment. But what does it actually mean? Let's break it down.
When you strip everything else away, AI alignment really boils down to this one single monumental question. As these AI systems get more and more powerful, how in the world do we make sure they're actually working for us and not, against us? That's the central challenge. That's the whole ballgame.
Okay, so what's the goal here? Well, it can be distilled into three pretty simple but incredibly powerful principles. We want to make AI helpful, honest, and harmless. Think of these as the North Star for anyone developing this technology.
To put a more formal definition on it, alignment is an ongoing effort. This is really key. It's not like you just flip a switch and an AI is aligned. Nope, it's a continuous process of steering these systems to make sure they actually understand and act on our intentions, our preferences, and our ethics.
So let's drill down on those three principles, because they are absolutely crucial. First, helpful. Pretty straightforward, right? It should actually help you do what you're trying to do. Second, honest. This is a big one. It can't lie to you, it can't mislead you, it can't deceive you. And finally, and this is maybe the most critical one, harmless. The system has to be designed from the ground up to avoid causing negative outcomes that we can see coming.
All right, so that all sounds great on paper. Helpful, honest, harmless. Perfect. But how do you actually do that? How do engineers take these big ideas and bake them into the code? Let's get into the tools they're using right now.
So here's a peek inside the technical toolbox. You've got stuff like RLHF, which is really just a fancy way of saying humans give the AI feedback, kind of like a coach training an athlete. Then there's constitutional AI, which is fascinating. You literally give the AI a set of rules, a constitution that it has to follow no matter what. And then you have red teaming. This is basically ethical hacking. You're proactively trying to break the system to find all its flaws before it gets out into the real world.
So with this whole sophisticated toolbox, you might be thinking, great, problem solved, right? But is that the full picture? Are these technical fixes really enough to guarantee safety?
Well, the hard truth is, there's a pretty big gap between the ideal and the reality. For instance, models can inherit and even amplify the biases hiding in their training data. And then there's this really tricky risk called distribution shift. That's where a model works perfectly in the lab, but then just falls apart when it faces a new situation in the messy real world. These risks are very, very real.
And that brings us to the next absolutely crucial layer of this solution. Because if technology alone can't solve the problem, then we have to look at the human systems that we wrap around that technology.
Yeah, bridging that gap isn't just about writing better code. It requires strong, robust human guardrails. We're talking about things like governance, accountability, and just constant, vigilant oversight.
And here's what those guardrails look like in the real world. It all starts with clear policies. From there, you need a really rigorous approval process for any new models. Then, you have to constantly log and monitor their behavior to catch issues early. And, crucially, you need an effective incident response plan for when, not if, things go wrong.
So when we put all of these pieces together, we start to see that alignment isn't just one thing. It's not just a technical problem, and it's not just a policy problem. It's a complete, interconnected system.
The full solution really looks something like this. You have the technical alignment techniques we've talked about, you have the strong governance and policies acting as those guardrails, and then you have a third, absolutely essential piece, the culture inside the organizations building this tech, a culture that genuinely prioritizes safety and ethics above everything else.
And the key takeaway is this. None of these three parts can do the job on its own. It's like a three-legged stool. The best techniques are useless without a culture of safety. A great culture is ineffective without robust policies to back it up. They all have to work together, in perfect sync.
And that leaves us with this final, really challenging thought. We have the equation. We can see the path forward, we understand the components of the solution, but achieving true, lasting AI alignment is just as much a test of our collective will, our priorities, and our collaboration as it is a test of our technical skill. So the real question is, are we ready to meet that challenge?